What is up, you guys? Today we're talking about audio interfaces with the PreSonus USB 96 and the Focusrite Scarlett 8i6. Alright, awesome. So, let's dive right in. First of all, we're going to talk about what is a sound card. A sound card can be found in many different devices across different platforms. The ones we're talking about today specifically are these two devices right here, called audio interfaces. By definition, a sound card is a hardware component in a PC or other device that processes and delivers audio. It does this by converting digital data from your computer into analog audio for your speakers or headphones, and converts analog audio sound from your microphones into digital data a computer can then understand. Okay, so most motherboards, in your computer are going to come with built-in sound chips, which are basically super small, more cost-effective, simpler sound cards. So this is where it starts to get fun. When it comes to recording audio for music, podcasting, voiceovers, streaming, whatever it may be, or in our case, music production, computer sound chips, they're simply just not going to cut it. So motherboard sound chips are usually just going to come with the standard 3.5 millimeter audio jacks, and they're going to be real cost effective, just to be able to throw them in the computer and call it a day. So that's why you want to buy yourself a better, more dedicated sound card or audio interfaces. So when recording, you're always going to want to have the best control over your inputs and outputs, and versatility in these as well. That is where your audio interfaces are going to come in. So depending on the size of your audio interface, you're going to be getting different numbers of inputs and outputs. For example, this PreSonus has two instrument and mic inputs, real simple. And on the back, it has a main speaker, a line output for your left and right headphone jack, and it also has an in for a MIDI and an out for a MIDI. So this is would be considered a two-channel input, real simple. And then we have a Focusrite Scarlett 8i6. This is a bigger, more mid-size interface containing 8 insert channels, 2 right here on the front, and then 4 line inputs, a MIDI in and a SPDIF in, as well as MIDI and SPDIF outs and line outputs. So anyways, an audio interface, in simplest terms, is an external dedicated sound card. It gets signals in and out of your computer and or other devices, using analog to digital converters on the inputs and digital to analog converters on the outputs. You see, sound travels through the air in sound waves. Sound is picked up and transmitted by microphones as analog voltages. The converters in the audio interface then change that analog voltage into digital ones and zeros which your computer can read, and vice versa as audio goes from the computer back into the interface and out through your playback devices such as your speakers, monitors, and headphones. So most audio interfaces nowadays are going to come with pretty good digital and analog converters, so you're not going to have to worry too much about the quality from them. Just make sure you get yourself at least 24-bit conversion and at a minimum 44.1 kilohertz of sample rate capabilities. Although, as always, going up is better, such as this PreSonus 96 comes with 96 kilohertz conversion. That's why it's called the USB 96. And this Focusrite Scarlett comes with a full 192 kilohertz conversion. And you're just going to want to figure out what's better for your applications and your situations. As well as, depending on your situation, you're going to want to figure out the number of channels needed and maybe even the connections. For example, this PreSonus connects via a USB-B cable, and the Focusrite Scarlett third generation now connects with a Type-C cable, which might be a little bit more modern, and depending on your computer, you might require Type-C connections.